Good morning. Welcome to another edition of MIW. Got the D-Man here, and today I am glad you can join me because we're going to talk about wealth, or the word wealth, or the significance of wealth. I had a man leave a comment in the comment section on one of my Instagram videos where he talked about, I think it was something, I tried to find it but I couldn't again, about that is the problem with our world today, as everyone is chasing wealth, that you don't have to have money to be successful. And I agree with that 100%. The problem is people have taken the word wealth and connotated it with money. And the original meaning of that word is so much more than just money. Okay, let me read. Wealth comes from the Old English wheel. That's the original word, the root word, which means wealth, welfare, and well-being. Wheel is in turn related to the older word well, meaning in a state of good fortune, welfare, or happiness. See, words change over a period of time. You can be a truly wealthy man, and I think that's what I spoke about in that video, because I've never said that money is success. That is one aspect of success if, to you, success is money. Everyone has a different idea of what success is. What success is to you may be failure to me, and what success is to me may be failure to you. I feel very wealthy today. Does it have anything to do with how much money I have? Of course, that plays a factor. But the main factor is my kids are healthy, I'm healthy, I have a beautiful house. It's an old house, 1875. Some people wouldn't like it. It's drafty, it's expensive to heat, it's cold, but I love old houses. I love the way they are. So to me, that is better than a brand new house with vinyl siding and brick on the front and drywall walls. Okay, my walls are plaster. So everyone has a different idea. So that's a form of my wealth. I have fulfillment. I have contentment. I have happiness. I'm single. I don't have to have a woman with me. I'm very content as I am. I don't feel my life is lacking anything. Everything that I have is something I wanted yesterday. I have desires today, and they are being fulfilled. They are coming to me. I allow them to come in their own time. So I sit here sometimes and I think about how wealthy I am. If I live, and I do, and if you live in the United States or a first world country, you live a life most of the world only dreams about. Now, if you don't feel wealthy, it's because you're ungrateful for what you have. If you have a roof over your head and food to eat today and clean water to drink, you live a life that most people dream of. Now, if you live in a first world country, like I live in the United States, or if you live in Canada or any of those countries, such as that, or such as the one I live in, and you don't travel outside of the country for any period of time, you don't realize what a paradise you live in until you get out there and see how most of the world lives. I think it's like 85% of the people got up today, or 80%, to look for firewood to cook on. You know what I have to do to cook? Go down, turn the gas burner on, and the flame comes on all by itself. I complain sometimes because I don't want to wash the dishes. I have hot water. I have running water. How much water in the U.S. do we waste every day, while other people are dying in the world from health-related issues because they don't have clean drinking water? And let's not even get into starvation. We probably throw enough food away in the United States every day to feed the people who are hungry and dying of starvation-related issues. So think about that when you're complaining because you don't have any ketchup, or, oh gee, Billy drank all the milk. It's all perspective. It's all relevant to what you're used to. I was never grateful for a washer and dryer until I lived in the country for 6 years where I didn't have a washer and dryer. We washed clothes on a rock, and then we had what they call a pila. And eventually I did get a washer. I'm not sure if I got a dryer. I don't think so. And it was so nice. So now every time I go downstairs after being back home in the U.S. for the last 10 years, I appreciate my washer and dryer. But I never did before because I grew up with it. I felt entitled. And that is a problem we have here in the U.S. and in a lot of first world countries. We feel entitled, like we how do I say, like we're just supposed to have it, regardless of how the world is. We need to feel grateful. I know myself, I need to feel more grateful for what we have instead of feeling entitled. Okay, you get up in the morning, you go out, I got a flat tire. You have a car. How many people? Look it up on the internet and see how many people in the world don't have a car. And you're complaining because you have a flat tire. So we need to change our view on things. We need to change our view on what wealth really is, on what prosperity really is. Because as I said at the beginning, most people, at least here in the U.S., equate wealth with money. And I'm going to tell you something. I've sat here in this very house many years ago with, I don't know, I think I had 10 grand in my pocket or something like that. I was miserable. Okay, and then since then, I've also sat here in this very house and wondered if I shouldn't have moved back into it because I lost it at one time. I bought it back. And when I first moved into it, it was a tough winter. I wasn't working much, and I was wondering how I was going to make the payment, thinking I should have stayed back in my 1976 single-wide trailer with my 6 kids. But I didn't. I expanded. I came here, and 7 years later, I'm still here today. But that's the way I felt then. But yet, although I had that fear, I was grateful to be here with my 6 kids. I really was. So I took a chance, risk. Everything you desire in life lies on the other side of fear. You have to confront that fear. You have to step through the fear to get to where you want to go. And when you do that, you have true fulfillment that has nothing to do with money or houses or lands or women or whatever. It's a fulfillment that comes from within you. Too many times in the world, and I've done this myself, we get focused on something outside of ourselves, thinking that when we achieve that or when we have that, we're going to be happy. And that's a lie. That's a lie. It's because when you get it, you will have a certain feeling of exhilaration and joy or temporary satisfaction, but it's short-lived. And all of a sudden the emptiness returns. To have continuous fulfillment, you have to constantly be striving towards something. Not in a way that you're desperately wanting to have it, but enjoying the journey, enjoying the process, allowing ideas to bubble up within you, and you're taking action on those ideas. You're feeling the fear. You know you're afraid to try it. I'll give you an example. I post videos on Facebook every day, here on Instagram. Well, part of me thinks, oh, people's going to get tired of me talking about my book, trying to sell my book. Yeah, I have a fear, but I do it anyway because otherwise, how is anybody going to know that I have a book? How is anybody going to benefit from the message that I put in that book? Which I believe is a very important message, which is get up, don't give up, get back up. I've failed more times than most people. I can't count the times I've failed. I have failed many more times than I've succeeded. But yet I keep getting up and I keep trying. I really don't know why. I guess I don't know how to give up. But that's what I want for you. I want you to get up and to keep pressing on and to keep trying. Every failure you have is just a learning experience. As I said yesterday, when you fell down and when you started trying to walk, did you just say, boy, that walking's tough. I'm not going to do that anymore. No, you got up, you kept going. You have learned how to give up. When you were born, you had no idea how to give up. Even when you learned how to ride a bicycle, did you fall off once and, well, I'm not trying that again? No, you got on it and you tried again and again until you succeeded. But through the years, you have been somehow programmed or taught to give up, that you can't do this or you can't do that. Usually by well-meaning parents and people who don't want you to get hurt because they love you. But the problem is you've learned helplessness. It's called learned helplessness. You are not helpless. You just have to step through the fear. There was one time in your life, I don't know, when you were a certain age, when you were very young, when you believed you could do anything, and you still can. You just have to reprogram yourself, convince yourself of the power and the magnificence you have within you. When you look at someone else and you think, oh man, that guy's great, some famous athlete, a movie star, someone you admire. The reason you could see whatever it is in him that you admire is because you have the very same thing in you. You say, Mark, no, I don't. You do. You could not see it were it not within you. You have those very things. And when you see someone maybe that you think is successful, they kind of annoy you, there's something in that person too that you have within you that you need to look at. You can be that person. You can be more than what he is. But you have your own way of getting there. You can use people as a mold, as a template, but you are very unique like a fingerprint. There's no one else in the world like you, and no one else is going to do it the way you do it. Take advice from other people, learn from other people that are where you want to go, but find your own way. Make your own way. Do it in a new and different way. There are new things and new ways and new ideas happening and being created in the mind of man every day. When I was driving down the road today, I was looking at the wires, the electricity wires, and I thought, why? Here's a question for you. One of you geniuses out there, somewhere out there, there's a genius, okay? Why are we transmitting electric through wires? Why are we not transmitting the electric from the generators directly to the houses through the air like cellular waves or microwaves? Why are we not doing that? It can be done, but we haven't done that yet. Sounds crazy? They thought Marconi was crazy when he said he could transmit voices and sound through the air. That was back when they only had telegraphs. Actually, his two friends locked him up, had him put in an asylum for evaluation for 2 days because they thought he was crazy. And remember that too. Your friends, your family, they're the ones that are going to try to hold you back, only because they don't want you to get hurt or they're concerned about you. But if you have an idea, you have something within you that is that you want to do, and you're thinking, well, what is my family going to think? What are my friends going to think? Forget about that. You have got to pursue that if you want to be wealthy, if you want to have contentment, if you want to feel fulfilled. Because I don't care how much money you got, if you are not pursuing whatever it is within you that you came here to do, you will not feel fulfilled. You will not feel wealthy. Wealth does not come from the amount of money you have in the bank. There are many people who have millions of dollars who are fearful of losing that, who go around every day trying to make more because they're afraid if they don't have enough, that's not enough. What is enough? An old mentor told me, he said, Mark, you'll never have enough money until what you have right now is enough. And that is so true. Think about that. I'm going to leave you with that thought. Smash that like button. Subscribe. We got a video coming out every day. And if you'd like to get my help personally, marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. Got a website coming soon. Got my man in Bosnia working on it right now. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me.